Oh my, what's going on? Hey. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. The Big Time Show podcast that is being seen here live on Facebook and also being seen live on Periscope, being seen live on YouTube, and also being seen live for the first time on Instagram. Hello to everybody. For those that are on Instagram, on my personal page, if you're seeing something a little different, it's okay. Go to the Big Time Show. Just search that out on Instagram. We're live also on the Big Time Show channel, and it'll probably be your best one because that's where I'll be able to see your comments. If you're on Instagram, go to the Big Time Show page on Instagram, and I will be able to see your comments there. Hello to everybody, of course, to the family on Podbean. Hello to everybody that will be joining on or listening at this a little bit later on. Hello to everybody on all the different stages where we can be heard on Google Podcasts, on Spotify, on Pandora, on iHeartRadio, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and Tumblr. You guys, of course, will be listening to the replay. It's not a replay, but it's just not live. Hello to everybody. Appreciate you joining in. Of course, that music that you just heard was given by my friend Alec X Winters on Instagram. If you want to hear music like that, please go to his page. Follow him. He has all that type of good jazz music for you. And of course, we appreciate him letting us use his music for the podcast show. This is my first time on Instagram also. So for those that are on my main page, you're going to see something probably a little bit differently on my Instagram page. Go, if you see it different and you don't like the setup, I don't have really control over that. I'm going through a device called Yellow Duck to broadcast from Instagram. However, I'm on my phone actually on the Big Time Show podcast. So if the picture's too big or whatever, go to the Big Time Show at the Big Time Show at the Big Time Show, all lowercase, at the Big Time Show on Instagram. Follow the page. I'm there right now, live in color. Hey, Nate, what's up? I see my brothers are here. So far, I see Brother Gary is here. I see you, man. What is going on? It's just good to be here again, just to talk about what seems to be a everyday episode. If you're following anything in this offseason about the Cowboys, it is an everyday episode. It really is. Good and bad. I mean, mostly good so far. But it's just something every day. As I always tell you, between my last show, which was Tuesday night, and today, I always tell you guys, something is going to happen that we know we're going to be able to talk about. And of course, the Cowboys have not let us down since Tuesday. Exactly. I'm coming. I'm coming, Gary. I'm coming. I'm coming with it. You know I'm coming. If you're in the comment section, you'll be able to see exactly what. Hey, Mr. Roy, good to see you, man. If you can see that, then you already know where Bro Gary is going with it. So let's start off with the latest news, which everybody should know by now, is that for a lot of us, I almost want to say a dream came true today. A dream came true today. It did. Yeah, it did. A dream came true today, y'all. Y'all might as well. It's enough, really, just for me to close on the show right now, to be honest with you. I really don't have to talk about nothing else today but the latest news. And just in case you don't know what's going on in Podbean land, just in case if you don't know what happened, Xavier Woods has signed with the Minnesota Vikings. And there are people right now that are out in these cars honking horns. There are people that are drinking right now that are just ecstatic because Xavier Woods will not be a member of the Dallas Cowboys on next season. I'm happy about it. Xavier Woods, we had a few years to figure him out, and it seemed like that every year he went on the decline. There was no elevation. There was only heartbreak. There were tears. Gary said dancing, dressing nothing but a trash bag. I love it. My brother's already checking. Hey, dang, yeah. Hey, Pi, I see you. Appreciate you. Hey, what's going on? Pi, I'm here talking about my Cowboys, so I ain't here to preach today. I'm in my zone now. I'm talking about my Cowboys. So but I appreciate you popping in on me. Hey, yeah, Cedric. My main thing with two things. The thing, he could knock your head off, but here's what his real problem was. It wasn't he couldn't tackle. It was just that he was always out of position to tackle. You see what I'm saying? Said now if he was able to put his hat on you, he'll deliver some punishment. You know what I'm saying? He will hit you. It's just that his angles were bad. He couldn't be in the right position. And in coverage, he was flat out horrible. He couldn't, every time you see somebody, as a receiver, we always were able to read the back of his name, which is a hard thing on TV. If every time I see you, I can read the back of your name, that means somebody's in front of you. Exactly, said. That's what I was talking about. It wasn't that he couldn't tackle, it's just that he was always out of position. Said, and I guess that ties into what you said. Whether his head was down, that's out of position. So I agree with you 100%. He was just a serious liability. If I can read your name on your jersey, that means somebody in front of you. And in coverage, safety responsibilities, he was horrible at. And then the main thing that everybody is, kind of harping on was when he was being interviewed and said that everybody on defense don't need to play, don't need to go 100% on every play. And that right there is, that's, come on now. High school kids know to go 100% on every play. Forget high school. Pop Warner kids know to go, on full speed on every play. Matter of fact, let's just go on go. Look, when you play Madden on Xbox or PlayStation 4 or 5, they go full speed on every play. I'm just saying, y'all. Everybody knows that when you're playing sports, especially football, one of the things that you learn if you played the game is that if you don't go full speed, you're risking the chances of yourself getting hurt. It's only when you're going full speed that you minimize. You're going to get hurt anyway going full speed, but if you're going slow and somebody is coming at you 100 miles an hour, chances are you're gonna get your head knocked off. Okay? This is a group therapy session today, so I'm happy about it. I'm not even. I got one thing I want to show you today, but I'm gonna really be looking at y'all comments just to help me out. And Cedric has just asked me the question. He says, "How do I feel about Jalen Smith? Do you think a move back to the middle and a true one tech will help him?" I can break that down. Yes, a one tech would help him because Jalen is better when he's able to run free and go get somebody. Jalen is a 100% guy, but any linebacker will have trouble once offensive linemen are able to get to the second level. And that has been one of our major problems, is that linemen are able to put their hands on our linebackers. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you Ray Lewis. If you got a 330-pound man coming at you and all you weigh is 250 or 240, you ain't finna blow up too many plays. It's just that simple. So to answer your question, said yes. Do I think he need to move back to the middle? I don't think so. I don't think he need to move to the middle because one of the great attributes of Jalen is his blitz game. And he primarily blitzes from the outside or the edge. He's not great at, putting a gigantic pressure up the middle. So I think he need to be on the outside with Neal, our new linebacker, who's going to play there. And I think LVE can handle the middle. No question. He's a little bit more thicker. He may be able to take blocks a little bit better. I'm not just sure about that. But I think Jalen is better to play a little outside linebacker. That's just me. Ron said, even if I'm not 100%, I ain't telling anyone. Exactly, because that's how you lose money. That's how you barely get signed on to a team. When you got that type of attitude, no question about it. Sage says Jalen Smith needs to be more aggressive. That game against the Ravens, he should have destroyed Lamar Jackson. Just too nice. Well, one of the things I don't like about Jalen, and I don't know exactly which play you're talking about, Cedric, but I do remember, Jalen is a real nice guy. Now, at the same time, he will knock your head off. Now, when you're in between the lines, he'll do it. But the problem is, after he hits you, he want to help you up. And that's the part I just don't like about him. I mean, he's a hell of a player now. I think he is. I think Jalen is, but he just helped everybody up. Look, when you knock him down, let somebody else pick him up. I mean, this is not kumbaya. You understand what I'm saying? This is the NFL. This is me against you. Mano y mano. Let the best man knock his head off. Look, did you see Ray Lewis help people up? Did you see Mike Singletary help people up? I don't know how old some of y'all are. I'm 48 years old, so I haven't seen the best. I didn't see Dick Buckus. I didn't see him, but I seen film on him. I didn't see Dick Buckus help nobody up. I didn't see Jack Lambert help nobody up. I didn't see Brian Urlacher help nobody up. Jalen want to knock your head off, stand over. If you lay down 3 seconds, he want to tell the other team, hey, come on in. Come help. Let's pray over him. And I believe him. I'm a preacher, and I believe in the word of prayer. But when you get in between the lines, it's not time for church service. It's not time for it's man on man. I want to go here. You want to stop me from going here. I'm coming straight at you. You're coming straight at me. Let's see who's going to win. That's football. I played it. I love it. It's physical. It's physical. And I don't need you helping me up for nothing. Forget all that help. Let his teammates help him up. I know some of y'all laughing at me already. I'm in rare form. I mean, I'm not in rare form yet. I'm coming, though, because I'm happy because for the first time in a while, Cowboy fan, I must admit that loyalty did not win. And when I say loyalty, usually with the Cowboys, with some of our players, we're too loyal to some players, and we keep them there when they shouldn't be there. We sign them when they shouldn't be signed. And we ended up keeping them. And this is what we're going through with Sean Lee. Yeah, Lawson. Welcome to the show, Lawson. Yeah, exactly. We got a dog now, Lawson. We discovered last year. I want to correct you on that. We discovered a dog that we do have. Donovan Wilson is a dog. Oh, ain't no doubt about that. Look, if you don't see that, I don't. Donovan Wilson is a dog. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Randy Gregory is a dog. Y'all come on, y'all come on now. Come on, bro Lawson. Come on, Lawson, come on here. Exactly, Cedric. There you go. That's a dog. All right. Then we have let me see. Because I know some of y'all want to call his name out, but I ain't gonna call his name out. Okay, exactly, Drum. Let me then we got two bona fide pit bull take a chunk out your leg type dogs. Wilson, Gregory. I give you that. Then we have a whole bunch of guys that have doggish moments. Y'all see the difference right there? We got some guys that have doggish moments. I might as well go ahead and start the argument now, because here we go. D-Law. D-Law has doggish moments. He used to be a flat out pit bull, Doberman Pinscher, Rottweiler type dog. He used to be. He used to be the kind of dog that you could lock up in the back. You don't showcase that dog. You don't showcase that dog. You let him stay in the back, and when you want to get a real good security dog, you bypass all the nice poodles and Chihuahua mix and all that kind of stuff. You bypass them, then you go into that back room where them real dogs at. D-Law used to be in that back room. There you go, Cedric. Y'all see what Cedric's saying. He used to be in that room. We done took D-Law out now. Yeah, German Shepherd. There you go, Ron. You know what I'm talking about. Now we move D-Law back into the showroom floor. Nice dog. You can, one of them dogs that really won't bite you, but on a bad day, he might get you. That's kind of what D-Law used to be back there, but he's not back there now. So a lot of y'all ain't gonna like what I just said, but it's all right. Y'all know what the stats say, and I understand. Hey, Mike on Podbean, good to have you here. I understand. I love D-Law myself. I'm just calling it like it is. I understand. Some of y'all gonna say he get double teamed. Well, I mean, Aaron Donald get triple team. He still get his numbers. Y'all don't want to talk to me. I know. It's all he got. Nick Bosa, he got double too. I mean, come on now. Still put the numbers up. J.J. Watt for years has been doubled. He still got his numbers. I mean, Khalil Mack has been doubled since he walked into the league. He still got his numbers. I mean, come on now. You can't be making $20 million and only give me 11 sacks in the last 2 years. That's an average of 5 sacks a year. My goodness, you got all the Smith type numbers. And you supposed to be $20 million. When you get paid $20 million a year, man, you are the man. When you get, look, ain't no sense. Look, we didn't pay him $20 million for him to be a great run stopper, which he is. He is. Look, DeMarcus Lawrence is one of the best in the game at run stopping. You don't get paid $20 million for being a good run stopper. Okay? Let me take it to the next level, because somebody not agreeing with me. I understand. You don't get paid $20 million to just rack up a whole bunch of pressures. No. You don't get paid $20 million for that. No. You don't get paid $20 million for Just come on, y'all. You know what you get $20 million for being a defensive end, for putting the quarterback down. That's the bottom line. Okay? Exactly. If you're thank you, Brother Lawson. Let me put his comment up here. Brother Lawson says $20 million is elite money. Okay? $20 million is elite money. That's for elite players. I know, and I see, Bro Bickers, I see you. I'm recognizing you. I see you, and I understand. Because see, when we start talking about D-Law, this is where some of the divide happens in Cowboy land. We want to act like D-Law is their player from 3 years ago, and I understand. Look, I'm not going to be that critical. I understand he had a lot of injuries. I give you that. If your body can't perform, your body just can't perform. I will give you that. But I'm tired of seeing my boy get in front of the camera talking much trash and they ain't got no stats to prove it. He ain't been double to every play. No. But Lamar, since you brought up Desean Watson, that's just a total different position, because it really ain't got nothing to do with it really don't have nothing to do with the record. It's just when it comes to a quarterback, it's about who is next to get paid. I see you, Michael. I'm gonna search for you. It's about who's next, Lamar. That's really what it's all about. Oh yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. Yeah, we're talking elite money, at least for that. Really, we ain't talking elite money. We're talking about dogs on the defense. That's what this little conversation started. I'm letting y'all dictate the show today. I got one thing to show y'all, and we can chop it up for the rest of the way. We talking really dogs on the defense. And to me, and y'all can, everybody's not, my opinion ain't, the law, you understand? But in my opinion, we really only have two really bona fide dogs on this team on defense, and that's Donovan Wilson, Randy Gregory. That's my opinion. But we got a few guys that have doggish moments. You know what I'm saying? Diggs, thank you. Diggs is on his way. I can't give it to him quite yet, but he's had some nice doggish type moments. That's what I'm saying. But well, Jalen, Tommy, I see you, Tommy. Thank y'all for joining in. Jalen and LVE have had doggish moments. LVE stay hurt too much for me. But when he's on the field and somewhat healthy, he's a difference maker. LVE is. Jalen has a doggish attitude. He does. Jalen will knock your head off. The only problem with Jalen is there's a lot. You can tell he's still learning the position. You can see that. But you cannot deny the fact that Jalen was one of the top tacklers in the game last year. That means he gets to the football, which means that's what you want your linebacker to do. Okay? So I'm gonna give Jalen. I can't really smash Jalen. Lamar, who's obviously a D-Law fan, which I appreciate and like. I understand Law sacks, not great, but he is a dog. Woods a dog. Gallimore, Diggs, Canoe dogs. I was gonna get to Canoe in a minute. Gallimore still the jury's still out on Gallimore, Lamar. I gotta see something else. I'm looking for him to step up this year. He was a dog at Oklahoma. You see what I'm saying? And for reasons unknown, he didn't get a lot of. He got time toward the middle and the end of the year, but he has some stuff. Let me get back to you said Woods. I love Antoine Woods. You know what, Lamar? I'm gonna halfway agree with you on that one. And see, when you start talking about Antoine Woods, he's a little bit more than stats. Antoine Woods got an attitude. Antoine Woods make his teammates better. Antoine Woods is a leader in the locker room. Antoine Woods makes plays. I'm going to agree with Lamar on that. I like Antoine Woods. Antoine Woods is a dog. I agree with that. Our free agent Canoe, he's a dog. He just stay hurt. He just stay hurt. But as far as D-Law goes, now he's a dog when the microphone hits him. Oh my God. There's nobody better on our team at talking and sending the proper tone than D-Law. Oh my God, yes, sir. And I'm not measuring the heart of D-Law. D-Law got heart out this world. D-Law got heart out this world now. I can't question that. And I can't never say D-Law motor is not full go. It is. It is. But whether that's due to injury, which I think a lot of it is, I think, hey, my wife on here. Hey, my wife is on Instagram. Y'all forgive me. Hey, Lori. My wife is on the podcast, Big Time Show on Instagram. Listen, I give them that. However, when you get paid 20, I don't care what y'all say. Lamar, I ain't got Lamar, brother. I understand where you're coming from, and some of your points are valid. No question about it. I'm not the Big Time Show podcast. We're not gonna try to argue here. We two things could be right at the same time. If you say he's a dog, there are millions across this country that will agree with you in saying he's a dog. However, there are gonna be plenty that's gonna agree with me and gonna say he has doggish moments. When you get paid $20 million, Doc, there's an expectation. And that expectation is not 5 sacks. I'm sorry, Doc. Matter of fact, Lamar, I'm gonna give you the chance to come on over here on my side now. Come on. When you get paid when you get paid $20 million a year at that position, because that's what the top edge rushers make, you are a perennial Pro Bowler. You are at least a first or second team All-Pro. You are on track to be going toward a Hall of Fame career. You are a wrecker. And I will give you this, Lamar. When the offensive coordinator prepares the game plan, I am quite sure that they must know where D-Law is and make things proper. That is why he does get a few double teams. No question about it. I'll give it to you. But Aaron Donald been getting double teams ever since he stepped in the league. Does a double team stop him? Khalil Mack? I'm just saying. In the good days of J.J. Watt, did J.J. Watt continue to get his stuff? I'm just going down the list. I ain't saying nothing. I've saying a little bit. And the thing I like about D-Law, which I may be too hard on him, is that D-Law plays hurt. And D-Law don't complain. So we don't know really what percentage is D-Law. We don't know because he plays. And so I'll give him a little latitude on it. I will. Now y'all may not, but I will. I'm just saying he getting paid $20 million. Thank you, Lawson. That's all I'm saying. Now, if he healthy, what Lawson just said here is where my problem is. If he's healthy and he's still getting swallowed up with double team, I can't call him. I can't pull him out that back room where the real dogs at. We just gonna leave him out here on the showroom floor. One of them nice. Yeah, exactly. Is he good? Yeah, he's great. Cedric Scott, man, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Cedric Scott said D-Law don't show up in the big game. Maybe he's missing that true 3 technique when David Irvin was there. D-Law was better. Cedric Scott, that's one of the greatest comments that's gonna be of the day because that is just 100% true. When David Irvin was there, that's what got him his 20 sacks. I mean, that's what got him. Every edge rusher need a real dominant guy in the middle. And maybe we might have that with Gallimore. I'm expecting him to turn up this year. I'm expecting him to turn up. Thank you. I forgot about Mike. Thank you, Mike. There's a good one. Myles Garrett. Oh, my God. Is there a play where he is not double teamed? I mean, come on now. But Myles Garrett get his numbers. I'm just saying, double-digit sacks every year. I mean, come on now. I mean, we can't deny this. So that's what it comes to that. But y'all got me all off. I'm just happy that Xavier Woods is gone. Let me get back on track, y'all. Y'all trying to mess with me. Okay. I'm glad he's gone. That's the first time in a while that we haven't been loyal to one of our players, supposedly. We're going through this with Sean Lee right now. Loyalty. This loyalty. And I want Sean to go ahead and retire. I do. In my opinion, he's now at the point. I see you, Cedric Scott. I'll get to that in just a second because actually, Cedric, let me put that up because I don't know if y'all reading it. Cedric says, talking about O-line and Connor Williams. Hello, Light Bright, who's on Podbean. Appreciate you joining in. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Said that's kind of where I'm going with the draft part. So give me just a second. Lee, in my opinion, this may not be your opinion. In my opinion, he's holding up a roster spot for somebody. It was almost kind of like the Jason Witten, Blake Jarwin, argument. Jason Witten his last 2 years, everybody knew Blake Jarwin was more of a threat. Now, the argument could be made that Blake Jarwin was not the blocker that Jason Witten was. But Blake Jarwin barely saw the field. I'm not saying Blake Jarwin should have started over Witten. I'm just saying he should have been on the field more than 5 or 6 times a game. But Witten hogged up the spot, didn't want to come out the game, always wanted to be on the field, and you made the offense a little bit more stagnant because even though Jason Witten caught everything, he wasn't going nowhere. Blake Jarwin was a legitimate threat. Yards after the catch, everything else, but we were loyal to Jason Witten, and I guess rightfully so because, he's a Cowboy for life and all that, but you at least should have split the time. That's what I'm saying about Sean Lee. If he don't retire, that doesn't necessarily mean he should be starting. You see what I'm saying? That's what the problem was with Jason Witten. Okay, you don't want to retire. We got a real young, good tight end. He'll fast, quick. Look, split the time up. Just because you don't retire don't mean you're supposed to be starting. That's why I'm glad they got Canoe. They trying to make the decision for him. You ain't bring in Canoe in to for him to ride the bench. They already saying he playing linebacker. So Sean's, if he want to play backup, I mean, Sean Lee at 34, 35 years old would be the best backup linebacker in the NFL. Oh, ain't no question about that. One thing we know about Sean, okay? Sean will better when he's on the field. That's just the truth. Sean is smart. Sean should be a coach, and he will be once it's all over. But for me, I say let's get younger, and then we can take care of that in the draft. Maybe not at 10, like some of y'all want Parsons from Penn State. I ain't talking about that. It could very well be that, but let's work on that in the draft. When preseason starts, we're gonna have a whole bunch of guys get cut from all over the league. We can get a guy that's getting cut, and let's just get younger. He is gonna retire this year or next year. So I mean, let's go and get rid of it. That's my opinion. That's my problem with the loyalty. So I'm glad that we weren't loyal. Now, free agency. We've done well for those that are looking for the splash names and all that kind of stuff. You are very disappointed because the Cowboys, by their signings, if you really go in depth, what they showed you was that it was an attempt to shore up the run defense. From the defensive linemen that we signed to the safeties that we signed. The reason why those guys, when you look at Pro Football Focus on those guys, these guys are very good against the run. Maybe exception to Watkins. Everybody else is good. Urban, Neal, KZ, whatever you call them. All of these guys are good against the run. All of them. That's what we need because our run defense was flat out horrible. We had to do something. So we done took care of the small ingredients to help us with our run defense. Now the draft is strictly going to be about putting the icing on the cake, which now goes to the draft. Now, yesterday shook up the world. And it's calls for concern and calls for talk. The 49ers and the Dolphins shook up the world. I don't think they're going to get Hooker, Mike. I don't think so. I don't think they need it. I think when they signed Kazee yesterday, I think they kind of put away Hooker. Plus, if you were to draft, get another one, you can go draft one. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong on that, but that's just my opinion. The 49ers and the Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles kind of shook up the world with the movement that they did. Because they moved up and the Dolphins moved down a little bit, some players, to make a long story short, that may have been just a little ahead are falling down. And just in case you don't know, I know you can see that. I hope you can. If you can see that, what you're seeing is the new draft order. And on this draft order you're seeing, look, this is the updated draft order now. This is why the draft is going to be very important, y'all. It just went to another level, at least for us. If you see it now, don't worry about 1 through 9. Well, you can if you want to, but look at 10 through 12 on your screen. Do y'all see that? It's the Cowboys at 10, the Giants at 11, and the Eagles at 12. So, What that means is that we better make the right pick. Because if we don't, our division rivals will make the right pick. They sitting right behind us. And Philadelphia is known for trying to take players that they know we have interest in. Well, they behind us now. And I really believe now that we bet. Look, when it comes to building the team, everybody kind of have a different way. You know what I'm saying? Of building the team, and there's really no blueprint that say this is right and that's wrong. Exactly, Mike. See, you see what I'm saying? At first, I was saying we should go get the best player available. And then I saw Surtain and J.C. Horns play pro day. And both of them impressed, but J.C. Horn really, for me, was big time. And, you don't get a chance to get him again if you bypass him. And then, of course, what Michael just talked about, even though I don't think that's going to happen, but if Pitts fall to 10, we're going to have a real choice to make because who we don't pick, the Giants and the Eagles will. And you're going to have to deal with some of these guys for the next 10 years. Me personally speaking, I don't want to see Kyle Pitts twice a year. I don't. I think he's that special of a player. I don't. But I guarantee you that if some kind of way Kyle Pitts is at 10, which I don't think he will be, I guarantee you the Eagles will pick him up. The Giants may pick him up because they may go best player available. Now, to answer the question earlier from, I forgot who answered me the question about Connor Williams. There's a name that's not being mentioned that I believe would be a tremendous solid pick at 10. It's just not sexy. And that is Slater. Slater from Northwestern, the tackle from Northwestern who can play guard. I believe that would be a tremendous pickup for us. Which goes to what whoever asked me that about Connor Williams. Well, Slater can play guard. Well, if that's the case, Connor Williams' job may be in jeopardy because you're supposed to put your best 5 out there. If Tyron Smith is there, which he will be, Lyle Collins is the other tackle, Zach Martin, the right guard, Tyler, badass, whatever you call him, center. The left guard is the only, position in question. And if Slater can, so you don't draft nobody at 10 and put him on the bench. See, you see what I'm saying? Now, if I draft you at 10, you playing. And if he's better than Connor Williams, Slater needs to be your guard. I think he's a solid pick. He's just not sexy. If you compare Slater to Waddle and Pitts and Surtain and J.C. Horn and, these guys that are there, no, it ain't going to be worth a dime. No, it's not. It's not. So I'm just here to tell you guys that the draft, especially at 10 is going to be extremely interesting because of the reshaping of the draft now. We got a serious issue now because our division foes are right behind us. And we have to make sure that we're there. Y'all forgive me, I'm looking down when I'm sending this to another group of mine. What y'all feel about that? Matter of fact, since this reshaping has happened, I just want to hear what y'all think. who we want. I don't think we can go wrong. I believe we're gonna have a whole bunch of options there at 10. And even the trade back little scenario that some folks are talking about. I believe that's there too. What y'all think? I told y'all I'm gonna let y'all have it today. I already showed y'all my one thing. I'm really done. Uh, what y'all think? Who we drafting at 10? Who y'all think we should go? I mean, who? I'm just gonna. I look. It's just hard for me to believe that Pitts is gonna be there at 10. It really is. I'm serious. I just don't see Kyle Pitts lasting past the top 6 or 7. To be honest with you. See, with Miami sneaking back in. Matter of fact, where's Miami drafting? Miami drafting at 6. Okay. Let's look at it. The Jaguars are picking Lawrence. Let me get y'all back on gear here. Let's just look at it. The Jaguars are going to pick Trevor Lawrence. That's one. The Jets are probably going to take, if Sam Darnold is there, I'm not so sure if they're going to draft a quarterback. I would say they might go offensive line in Sewell. The 49ers are taking quarterback. The only question is, which one? Is it Justin Fields or is it Zach Wilson? The Falcons are going to go get a quarterback. Cincinnati, if Sewell is there, Cincinnati will be picking up Sewell. And then this way it get interesting, where the Dolphins are. But still, since they've made the commitment to Tua, obviously, they're going to need an offensive weapon. I think that's where Kyle Pitts is going right there. Well, let me take it back. You got Devontae Smith, you got Water, you got Chase, you got all that. I may be wrong on that, but Tua needs a great tight end. That's what I think. Ron said we can get a vet quarterback. I'm going best player available. We're not drafting a quarterback, Ron. As far as what you say, I like what you're saying. And there are vet quarterbacks out there, such as Tyrod Taylor, for instance. Tyrod Taylor is a free agent. I mean, he's also the type of guy that if Dak gets hurt, is not going to be a crazy drop off. And I figure you'd probably be able to get him cheap too. And you don't have to really change the playbook for Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor's a leader, can play. I think he would be perfect. But Tyrod probably think he can play somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He's real think he is a starter, but if that would be that type of player. You think we're going cornerback? I think so too, Ron. I just think that if some of these players fall, but like for instance, let's just play scenario. If Pitts is there at 10 and you need a cornerback, that's another good one, Gary. Remember, my partner, my brother, Mr. Gary Bryan said Alex Smith would be a perfect backup. Y'all see that? So Ron, there's some guys out there that can just, that'll take care of it right there. Alex Smith would be a great backup quarterback. I trust him. Got a brain. He got hit last year and survived. He got hit a lot. So the leg in the, real issue. Of course, it's something that, I'm sorry, you're right. Tyrod did sign with the Texans. You're absolutely right, Mike. You're right. He did sign. Well, cancel him. We need a guy like, you know what I'm saying, a veteran quarterback. I'm going best player available. But the only problem, Ron, you know, Sherman, I bet you that's who you might be thinking of. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say a guy like Sherman. How much is he going to want? You see what I'm saying? You know, some of these guys that was free agent like Patrick Peterson, he still left somewhere and got double digit, for millions. Malcolm Butler signed a nice little 1-year deal that was a little steep with Arizona. What about Nick Foles? I can work with Foles. Mike Evans. I can work with Foles. You don't want Sherman on. Who you got in mind? Who you got in mind? Who you got in mind? That I'm assuming that what you're saying is that you want the vet corner to come in and immediately be a number 2, opposite Diggs. So I mean, but who is that guy? Who is that guy? I trust Diggs a little bit more, Mike, Ron. I think Diggs is now, do we trust him on an island by himself? 1-on-one. Times, and certainly putting a rookie over there. It's me. I don't care who y'all talking about, J.C. Horn or Surtain or Sante Samuel Jr. I don't care. They rookies, and rookie cornerbacks get destroyed. I don't care, unless you Jalen Ramsey or Deion Sanders. Those are the only 2 I remember that came in and, was still the man. Other than that, everybody else got cooked. So I don't know. Michael Evans brought out Nick Foles. I could work. I liked him. I like Foles as a backup. He got a good resume. Y'all know what his resume say. He won. He got a ring on his finger that he did. I mean, that he carried. Foles can throw the ball. Foles just need, if he's any quarterback, if he don't have a line to block, he's gonna have some problems. I see you, Ron. One is good in coverage, not too picky. I just don't know the name. I'm quite sure we got some that's still out there. I just don't know the name of the guy yet. I just don't know the name of the guy, and that's what the problem is. Gilmore is going. Gilmore would have to be traded for Mike, and then we would have to absorb his contract, and his contract ain't what we do, unfortunately. Oh, I would love to have Gilmore. Oh, I say look out then. I really say, yeah, we won't be no 31st ranked defense. I guarantee that. If you put Gilmore on this team with all the other additions, we talking at least top 15 defense. That's really all Dak need, because offense is gonna score. See, a lot of people thinking we need defense to be top 10 defense and all that. It's not gonna happen like that. It's gonna take a little time to build this defense the way we want it to be. But to get where we really trying to go, when you got an offense that's loaded like our offense, all you need is a top 15 defense. You need a defense that can hold somebody to between 20 and 22 points a game. You take your chances after that, because you figure that the offense is more than capable of putting at least up 25 a game. I mean, the offense is loaded, and we really ain't seen nothing yet. With the addition of Schultz was good last year, but Jarwin is much more of a threat. You put Jarwin with these 3 receivers, look out. Look out. Oh, there's no question. This offense is loaded. If we just stay healthy, that's going to be the key. I mean, I guess that's every year. But we really suffered in injuries last year. We just got to have guys that can do it. Ron is absolutely right. Foles can teach Dak a lot. There's no question about it. And he's athletic enough to run the offense. I mean, he's just not a pocket quarterback. He still can move around a little bit. So I like the idea of Nick Foles. I do. I don't have no problem with it at all. None. I like Alex Smith. I like that. I like the idea of Nick Foles. And you guys should like those too. That because the reason I'm saying that is because we saw the drop off, even though Andy Dalton was there. And oh my God, Ben DiNucci. We look, Alex Smith, Nick Foles will be a tremendous upgrade. They're those guys. No doubt about that. No question about it. So I think that's the way we need to go on that. But the draft, I think somebody said a cornerback. I think that's exactly, I think that's what they want to do. But what if Pitts fall to 10? Because if Pitts fall to 10, I have no question that he would be the best player available. Okay? And remember last year, y'all. Remember Coach McCarthy said he always want the best player available. That's how we got CeeDee Lamb at 17. The best player on the board, that's who we get. Regardless of position, we'll find a way to make it work. And if Pitts is there at 10, Pitts, no question, will be the highest ranked player on the board when we get there. Do you turn that down for the need of a cornerback? Or do you take the best player available if Pitts is there at 10? That's going to be the dilemma if it's there. Horn or Surtain will probably, I don't even think Surtain going to be there, y'all. I don't think Surtain going to fall to 10. I think somebody going to drink that Kool-Aid and going to put and put Surtain in the top 10. I really believe, since everybody love Horn, I believe J.C. Horn going to be right there waiting on us. That's just my feeling. And somebody gonna say, "Go get Waddle." We don't need. I don't want Waddle. Would he make the offense explosive? Yes, but who he starting over? Who Jalen Waddle gonna start over? He ain't starting over CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee Lamb was the third receiver last year. We don't draft nobody at 10 so they can be the fourth receiver. So I saw some folks in other groups talking about Waddle at 10, and I'm like, who you starting over? We ain't, and I know somebody say, well, we're gonna trade Gallup. I ain't seen it yet. Until we trade Gallup, then we talking. If you ain't traded Gallup, ain't nothing to talk about. I ain't playing what ifs. I need to see bottom line. Is he here or is he gone? If he gone, we can talk about Waddle. But as long as Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Amari Cooper are there, we ain't got no business drafting that 10. Jalen Waddle, it just don't make any sense at all. Even if he's the highest ranked player on the board, I even go there with that. Ron said Kellen Moore got to make it look a little different, though. I hate being able to predict if we run or pass. Ron, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And some of these plays are just too predictable. Whenever I see a double tight end set and Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield, I automatically know that Ezekiel going to run it up the middle, in the middle of the good. It's just same thing. I know if we get in the shotgun, Dak looking for a slant to Amari Cooper. I know Michael Gallup going to run a go route because that look like that's all he run. Catch the ball, go catch bombs. I know CeeDee Lamb is going to run a slant route, double slants. Come on now. It is we argued about this about Kellen Moore, and we're gonna argue about it again because if you've been following me for ever since whenever you started following me, if you check out my stuff from last year, I wasn't doing the podcast at that particular time. I was just doing it on my personal page. I was telling everybody that Kellen Moore is the worst red zone play caller in the National Football League. I've never seen a team that's from the 20-yard line to the other 20 move the ball so well like the Cowboys do. But as soon as they get into the red zone, it's like he done forgot how to call plays. We always kicking field goals. We shocked when we scored a touchdown. On first and goal from the 3-yard line, we lined up in the shotgun. Second and goal from the 3-yard line, we line up in the shotgun. Third and goal, shotgun. I mean, just when you gonna run the ball? I mean, it's just we begging for Ezekiel Elliott to get at least 20 carries a game. Y'all look at the stats, and you'll see when was you can count on one hand how many times Ezekiel Elliott carried the ball at least 20 times in a game. The Tennessee Titans don't have that problem with Derrick Henry. You automatically know that Derrick Henry, regardless of an 8-man box, 9-man box, 20-man box, Derrick Henry is going to get the ball 25 times plus a game. They don't care. Us, we got Ezekiel Elliott back there. We picking and choosing. I mean, can he get 20 carries a game consistently? Y'all look at his stats from last year. Just go down, look, and count how many times he got at least 20 carries a game. It's ridiculous. Especially since we're supposed to be a running football team. Y'all heard that. If we got such a great offensive line, or we used to, the line is known for wearing people down. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot wear people down when you pass blocking all the time. You need to go forward and lean on the guys. But Kellen Moore think this is a pinball machine, Madden 21 type offense, and have forgot some of the fundamentals in the game. I hope he's gotten better at red zone play calling during this offseason. I really do. Because if not, we're going to be talking about this same thing next year, regardless of who we got. So, I don't know. I really believe because of what happened yesterday, y'all, with the moves that the 49ers made, the Dolphins, and the Eagles, with the moves that they made, I really feel like things are going to fall into place. Well, we just going to have a whole lot of options at 10. Ron asks, who's our starting fullback this year? I don't know. Schultz would be a good one. Let me throw that in. Schultz is a blocker. When he came out of Stanford, he was known as one of the better blocking tight ends in the whole, college football. He's known as an excellent blocker that's not scared to put his hat in. And if you put him in fullback, can you imagine the threat that he would be in the passing game out the backfield? And plus, Ezekiel Elliott don't like fullbacks anyway. He don't like running behind a fullback. So when Schultz come in the game, if you would use him there, that would be big. That would be big. He can block, he can catch, and he's big enough where you can actually probably run him out the backfield if need be. He's physical. I think that would be a great choice, Ron. I know I just messed you up with that one, but Schultz is big enough, he's physical enough, and he could become another real good hard weapon out the backfield. And he's not scared to block. He'll put his hat on you. Will we sign one? I doubt it. They're gonna lean on Ezekiel Elliott way for that. You know what I'm saying? They'll put him in and say, do you want a fullback? So he can say no, they won't go get one. And if they did, it might be in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Gary said put Pollard out as a wide out. For those that don't know, I'm from Memphis and I live here in Memphis. So obviously I saw a whole lot of Tony Pollard while he played here in Memphis. Tony Pollard played a whole lot of slot wide receiver along with running back at the University of Memphis. Tony Pollard can play in the slot. Matter of fact, he excelled. That's how he got drafted. Tony Pollard can run the ball. He kind of an old Randall Cobb, old Percy Harvin type guy. Can run out the backfield. Then you can line him up as a receiver, and he can catch 60 balls, 60. He can catch it. Can run all the routes. We just ain't used them like that. We're the one that's putting the cap on Tony Pollard. We ain't utilized Pollard the way really he could be used. He can play slot. If y'all don't believe me, go pull up his YouTube stuff on Tony Pollard at Memphis and just y'all look at it for yourself. Trust me, you'll be saying, okay, why aren't we using him like that? Kellen Moore. So we got look, this offense is gonna be loaded. Regardless. And as I done said many times before, exactly, Gary. I was happy when we drafted him because I knew about him because I saw him. I knew what he was going to bring. I really wanted Antonio Gibson because Antonio Gibson does the same thing. If y'all know, Antonio Gibson is the running back from the Washington football team who destroyed us on Thanksgiving. He did the same thing at University of Memphis also. And y'all see what Antonio Gibson can do. Gibson was lining up, running, and lining up as wide receiver. And that's who I really wanted. I wanted Gibson. We ended up with Pollard. Exactly. Pollard, we haven't even tapped the surface with Pollard. And I'm still waiting on the day when Kellen Moore will call when we'll call a play that will have Ezekiel and Pollard in the backfield on the same play. I'm still waiting on that. I don't even know what's taking it so long. You talking about putting stress on the defense. If you got Pollard and Ezekiel in the backfield with Dak, and then you line up the three receivers, who you gonna guard? I mean, for real, who you gonna guard? If you talking about doubling one of the three receivers, that's fine. Swing that ball on out to one of these running back, put Pollard in space, let them work, operate. I mean, come on now. It's just so many things you can do once you got skillful players, but you can't do nothing when the one that's driving the car won't pull the car out the driveway. I mean, we got the right kind of car. We just got to find the one that can drive it. Yeah, I saw Paxton. Paxton, he was great at Memphis. And then he, Paxton was great at a spread offense. Paxton was great at a spread offense. He could sling it around. Then the competition was not NF. A lot of it wasn't NFL like. So he thrived. Had all the right measurables. But he got to the league. It was a different world. Linebackers in college at Tulane University who ran a 4.6 was replaced by NFL linebacker to run a 4.4. Cornerbacks that break on the ball, they'd run a 4.3 bagging up, and then they break on the ball and it's still a 4.3. He ain't seen that. So that's why he's not in the league now. Donald said he think that our pick is going to be JC, Horn, or Surtain. I agree with you, Donald. But I believe I think you just joining on. What I said was earlier, and I say it again, was that because of the moves that the 49ers and the Dolphins and the Eagles made yesterday, I believe that our player, whoever we really targeting in on, if it is Horn or Surtain, I really don't think Surtain is going to be there before 10. I think Surtain is going to get drafted in the top 9. You see, I really believe that. I believe Horn is going to be there, but I also believe it's going to be one other player there that's going to blow our mind like, ooh, oh my goodness. And just in case you didn't know, I'm gonna put it up there again. Uh, that's the new draft order. I don't know if you guys can see it there, but I'm putting it up there anyway. That's the new draft order there. Jaguars, Jets at 2, 49ers at 3, Falcons at 4, Bengals at 5, Dolphins at 6, the Lions at 7, 8 are the Carolina Panthers, 9 the Broncos, and then this is where it gets real interesting, Donald. At 10 is the Cowboys, 11 is the Giants, and then the Eagles are at 12. My argument now is that we had better get it right. We had better get it right at 10, because you can rest assured that whoever we don't pick, the Giants, if we pass on, let me just throw a scenario up. If Pitts is there, which I doubt it, and we pass on J.C. Horn, you better hurry and know that either the Giants or the Eagles will be picking up J.C. Horn. And then you got to go back to the second, third, fourth round to get it, which may be a blessing in disguise too, because there's some good corners all the way through the draft this year. So I'm just saying, if we pick J.C. Horn and pass on Pitts, you better hurry and understand that either the Giants or the Eagles will be picking Pitts. You see what I'm saying? And the Eagles last year, who've always been in front of us, they've always pick our guys who we thought, like we wanted Dallas Goedert, whatever the Goddard, or the other tight end that was with Ertz. They knew it and they went in and picked him anyway. They knew we were coming after him. Donald is absolutely right. I said that earlier, Donald, that it's not a sexy pick, but Slater will be there at 10. Slater will be there at 10. And so then you got to ask yourself the question, even on that one. And I wouldn't be mad at the pick at Slater. It's just that J.C. Horn or Surtain are a much more sexier pick and solid at the same time. Both of those spots are needs. We do need another lineman. We do need a cornerback. The question is, which way do you go? And please understand, whichever one you don't go, them two division rivals that's behind us, they are going to pick them up. They just kind of like saying, okay, like at 11, the Giants say, okay, we just wait on the Cowboys to pick because we already know who we want. And we got two guys right here. And if Dallas picked out one of you guys, we turn our card immediately. Eagles doing the same thing. Because it really does become, okay, you're going to have this guy for the next 10 to 12 years. And then the Giants and Eagles going to have their guy for the next 10 to 12 years. And you're going to have to deal with this guy. So the draft just became interesting because it's going to be a game, at least in the first round, a keep away. You ain't going to be able to keep everybody away. You see what I'm saying? And for those that saying, let's trade back, I don't know if we do that now. Not since the Giants and Eagles right behind me. I don't know. Donald says, I believe I would take Horn over Surtain. Well, I would immediately do it, Donald. The difference between certain, it really, you know, let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. It's not that much of a gap between the two. It's really not. Okay, it's really not. Um, Certain is a more polished technician type cornerback. And you cannot negate the fact that he was the player of the year in the SEC on defense. He's the SEC defensive player of the year. Now we talking about the best conference in football that probably sends more players to the pros than anybody. Some of these guys that they played against in college, they'll be seeing them for the next 10 years on the pro level. All right. I'm saying Surtain is good. Horn is very good as well. Surtain come from a family. His dad was a cornerback, a Pro Bowl cornerback 3 times over. He know the game. Surtain also comes from the greatest college football coach, who is a defensive mind, and Nick Saban. And the part that does not get talked about a lot, Surtain, and this is the best one for me, Surtain went against Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle in practice every day. Don't get no better than that, y'all. I don't care what y'all say. If you going against Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle and the other receivers and Matt Jones, who's going to get picked up early, the quarterback, you're going to be a little bit more advanced than others. I mean, there's no other way you can look at that. If you're going against the Heisman Trophy winner every day in practice, if you're going against a first-team All-American every day in practice, you're going to be a little bit more advanced than other cornerbacks. It's just no other way to look at it. He ran a 4.4, and people thought that, because they were running at the house, at his own house, they think those numbers could be a little, distorted. Okay? So whether it's a 4.4 or 4.5, it is what it is. J.C. Horn, on the other hand, well, his daddy, Joe Horn, was a great receiver for the New Orleans Saints for years. He comes from NFL pedigree too. And he got his daddy's attitude. If y'all remember Joe Horn's one of them flashy diva receivers who was a flashy player. You see it in JC. JC got a lot of flash in him, a lot of attitude, a lot of moxie, can play. Tremendous one-on-one guy, man coverage guy. Got his hands on the ball a whole lot. And JC will knock your head off. In other words, JC is a dog. Me personally, that's what I want. I want intimidation. Surtain can get you, but he's more of a smooth cornerback type guy. And I'm not saying we would be bad. Exactly, Gary. I couldn't have said it better. Thank you, Gary. That's a good comment there. That's that I can't sum it up better than that. Now, if you look at the two, look at the comparison. But check it out. I mean, Darrell Reeves is a Hall of Famer, or will be. And we all know what Dion is. So yeah, I'm saying it's not that. Yeah, exactly, Donald. He's a dog. I'm saying, but let's just say, in my opinion, Donald, JC is more of a dog than Patrick Surtain. But make no mistake about it, Surtain is a dog. It's almost like saying, okay, Surtain is a German Shepherd, but JC is a pit bull. Both of them are protective dogs. Both of them will take a chunk out of you. It's just that a pit bull seems like he would kill you. You don't hear too many stories about German shepherds killing nobody. You hear about German shepherds biting you, and that's what they use for police dogs. But when the police tell the dog to get off of them, they get off. You can't have a pit bull as a police dog because they don't know how to get off. That's what I'm talking about. JC is. JC is a pit bull. Certain is a German shepherd. Both of them are deadly, but one of them is a little bit more deadly. So if in my opinion, Donald, I'll take Horn over Certain myself. But it ain't because Certain is some trash. Police are. No. It's almost like a 1A and 1B type thing. For real. I wouldn't be mad either way. Diggs is probably, begging for Certain. They played together as cornerbacks at Alabama. I'm quite sure Diggs got a lot to say. I wouldn't be mad at either one. I wouldn't. Me. I think we'll be just fine with both of them. So I'll take that. I just think that between now and April, because of what the 49ers did, because of what the 49ers and the Dolphins and the Eagles have done, there's another small 2 wild card scenarios that's still out there in play. Number 1, Desean Watson. And I know what he's going through. Everybody knows. I'm just saying that's not stopping teams from wanting him. It ain't nothing been put down yet. He ain't in no trouble. He's not suspended. He's not on the commission exempt list. All of that. If somebody offer Houston or offer they can't refuse, I believe they'll get off. Even though I think they got a part of this setup, but that's another whole story within itself. I believe Desean Watson is still in play some type of way. And if that happens, that's going to shake up the draft again. The Russell Wilson thing is not dead yet. It's not dead yet. And if Russell gets traded, that's going to shake some things up. I believe it's going to be some more teams because the desperation now, because with the 49ers really messed this thing up because they moved in and just with that one trade, a team that you didn't think that was in the quarterback market, it without a doubt is now in it. At 3, the 49ers, you don't move up like that unless you're taking a quarterback. So they're going to get a quarterback. And what that does, it just messes everything up. The way we mock draft, you can throw your little mock draft in the garbage right now. The 49ers just messed that up tremendously. With Miami was figured. Kevin Phipps was on. He was a Miami Dolphin fan. There was a lot of speculation on whether they was going to stick with Tua or were they going to go ahead and try to get Desean Watson or were they going to draft a quarterback themselves. I think that question is answered now. So Miami's not in the quarterback watch. I don't think they are because they gave up their picks. That was a leverage that they had. They had a whole lot of first-round picks. They gave that up. That's why I say Miami's going to get a weapon. They're going to get Devontae Smith or Kyle Pitts to go help Tua out. So that means somebody going to fall. Panay Sewell, who everybody thought was going to go number 2, I don't know that because the question is, are the Jets going to try to get a quarterback? And if they do, they're going to trade Sam Darnold away. So who going to bite on that? See what I'm saying? The draft, look, we got a little ways to go before we can say, okay. Gary says KJ Wright from Seattle. Here's my thing about KJ Wright, Gary. Usually when all these guys start talking about want to come to Dallas, usually we don't get them. I mean, I done seen this movie before. Whenever somebody get free, the first team everybody say, well, he's rumored to be talking to the Cowboys. We never get these guys. We never get these guys. You know. Would I like them now? Yes. But here's my question on that, Gary. If you get KJ right, and you just said that the kid from Atlanta is gonna play linebacker, where's KJ Wright gonna play? He ain't playing the middle. That's Leighton Vander Esch. He ain't playing outside. That's Jalen. You ain't gonna have but 3 linebackers in. I mean, so what? He ain't coming here to be a rotational guy. He still got plenty of gas and things. Somebody got to sit down. Now, if you telling me Neal is going to be moving to safety and we get KJ Wright as linebacker, I'm all for it. But I'm just going off what they said. They thinking that the kid from Atlanta is going to be playing linebacker, outside linebacker. I seen that the Broncos are still interested in Fairley. Fairley is going to be a steal for somebody. It's just a lot of scary. Like I told you guys on my last show, the surgery he had, I had, and I'm much older. And once you start chipping away at your back, it only goes worse. I had the surgery he had. 2 years later, I ended up having to have the spinal fusion surgery. Tiger Woods, if y'all watch golf, if you notice, he had the same surgery that Fairley had. He had 3 of them, though. Then he had the spinal fusion surgery. The fusion surgery is supposed to be the end all of end all because all they do is jack you back up. If you've been on an airplane before, to know the earplugs that you have, you kind of put the earplug in between where your disc would go. Then they put 2 screws on both sides and 2 screws at the bottom to hold it there. So in other words, if your disc look like that, your spine, it jacked it back up to there, put the earplug in the middle and seal it down with 2 rods and 4 screws. That's what Tiger Woods had. That's what I had. Tiger Woods, of course, had another surgery before his accident on his back again. I haven't had a surgery, but I'm not 100%. I still have a problem with sciatica and all that in my leg, and that all stemmed from the back. So it's not good, Donald, for a young 20. I don't know how old Fairley is. 20, probably. He's probably between 19 and 21 years old, and you're already having back surgeries. That's not good. Which is the reason why he gonna fall. But it's not saying that you can't recover from it or whatever. And if he does, he's gonna be a steal at wherever he goes. Because if it wasn't for the back surgery, he would be in this conversation with Surtain and really it was Fairley and Surtain. J.C. Horn really just entered the picture like this when Fairley dropped out. So he gonna be a steal. He's a first round talent. Ain't no doubt about that. It's just how good is his back gonna hold up. So I don't know. I don't know about that. He gonna be a steal. He really is. I wish he would fall to 60 in the second round. We'll take him. Can you imagine that? We get Horn and Fairley. Horn and good God, Surtain and whoever. Yeah, you can't avoid. You can't avoid. The back is a the back is a bad one. We saw that with Romo. And you playing defense, which means you hitting people. Come on. You using your head and your shoulders, you may jam that back up real quick. And you just coming off surgery. The mastectomy, the recovery time when I had it, it was a 3-month deal. Not that you couldn't move. Primarily is that when you, even though the cut is small, you want to make sure that the inside of that cut is fully healed, and it take time for the back part because it's so thick. And so that's why they say 3 months. Of course, you're doing physical therapy to strengthen the muscles around it and all that. But, it really all depends on how the person is feeling right after that. Sometimes you can, the surgery that he had is that laser off. Some people laser it off. Some people go in and actually chop it off a piece of the disc that's probably either bulging or is herniated. It's one of the two. And they're just going to take a little piece off of it or whatever the problem is. And then from there, you don't know how you really feel until, if they saying that's what's giving you your pain, they can't say this is going to heal it all. They can't say that. You just got to see where you're at after that. My problem was that I walked around with it for so long that I believe a little arthritis jumped into it and a little sciatica. That was my problem. He's young enough that he can recover. All right. That was your medical moment for today. I'm out of here, man. Look, I appreciate you guys hanging with me for this moment. Hello to everybody watching me on Instagram. And for those on Instagram, if you're here or if you're looking at the replay or whatever, go to the Big Time Show. The Big Time Show. Follow that page on Instagram. The Big Time Show, and I will be going live from there from now on. I appreciate you guys so much. Listen, if you want to become patron of the show, there it is, $ the Big Time Show. I would appreciate you so much. If not, I appreciate your ear. If you're on Podbean, you should see a button there that says become a patron. All you have to do is click in on that and just follow those simple instructions, and you will become a patron of the show. I would appreciate that. If you are on Periscope, $ the Big Time Show. If you're on YouTube, $ the Big Time Show. If you're watching the replays or you're listening to the replays on Podbean, of course, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Tumblr. If you want to become a patron of the show, again, it is $ the Big Time Show. I would appreciate you guys. Just thank you for your support so far. I will see you guys on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, for another edition of the Big Time Show. Until then, I'm going to holler at you. Things kind of getting interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it is. We'll see you on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. This is the Big Time Show.